Sup nerds, I know that a lot of you people that have seen the gameplay from this deck, yep, the gameplay from this deck have been wondering what my list is, so today I'm going to bring it to you. I do think this deck is highly explosive and very powerful, and the only real way for you to understand how powerful it is probably for me to show more gameplay footage, which I most likely will, and also just show you guys the combos. And actually, in order for this deck list to even make sense, I'm actually going to start with the main combo of the deck just so you understand my choices for everything else, and then I'll get into the actual deck list. Otherwise, I don't think it'll really make sense in reverse, but let's get into it. Alright, so starting off, we have our Digimon, our Gabumon, we have our black Growmon, we have our black Growmon, and we have our MetalGarurumon. Alright, so this is the primary combo of the deck. This stack right here, you play 4 of every single one of these cards. Digimon's your only egg. You can either already have a rookie in your trash, or you can have one in your hand. We'll use Gilmon as an example. So you swing with MetalGarurumon, and if he's in your hand, you activate Gabumon, you draw a card from your deck, and then you trash the Gilmon into your trash, and then you activate MetalGarurumon's effect to play a level 3 purple Digimon from your trash for free, and then you activate Black Growmon's effect to pop this to unsuspend MetalGarurumon. And then Gilmon's effect will activate in this situation where you'll gain a memory because it was deleted by an effect. And then Black Growmon will give you security +1 for the rest of the turn, and Digimon will give you plus 2000 DP for the rest of the turn. So that's pretty much it. You're checking 2 security for 13,000 DP. That is the MO of the deck, is just boom boom, because obviously you get to swing again. And what's cool is you can activate Gabumon again because it's not once per turn. And then you can activate MetalGuru Man again because it's also not once per turn. So like you can play this guy again, and then Digivolve like a blocker or something on top of him to protect your Mega. Or in other situations where you don't have to do that or can't do that, you can just Digivolve for Zwart defeat if he's in your hand, and then delete your opponent's Tamer. And then if they run over this, I get to kill something else. So that is the main combo of the deck. And having explained that, I'll now go into the ratios and all that good stuff. Alright, so starting off, we have our Digimon. So this is once per turn. When the other Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. As I already explained, your main combo involves deleting one of your Digimon. Other situations can come up where you can swing into your opponent's security with a rookie, and most likely it'll die, and then whatever's on top of this will get plus 2000. That can come up. But that is why we're playing him. We're playing him so our Mega from our main combo dies less often, which is pretty cool. You do not play a 5th egg in this deck. I tried Yamon, the Jamaican Digimon, but he only gives you plus 1000 if you have 5 or more cards in your trash, which the plus 1000 honestly doesn't really matter, because if you check a Mega, even if he's live, you're gonna be 12,000 if you're MetalGarurumon, and you die against a lot of Megas in that situation anyway. And also, obviously, you can hatch him early, and then you just don't get any benefit from him. This deck does not dump cards into the trash like a lot of purple decks do. And also, in this deck, you actually hang out in raising. Like, most of the time, you just build a big stack and just, like, hard play stuff until you get your stack right. And then you promote and swing out. Like, playing this deck, I've also never hit my 5th rookie, or my 5th Digitama. So you do not need 5, and it's actually a mistake to run 5, like I said, because this guy's the one you need to ensure your Mega does not die. And on to our rookies. We're playing 3 Structure Deck Gabumon. This is very good for this combo because it doesn't require you to have a rookie in your trash already when you're trying to do the MetalGarurumon shenanigans, because his on-attacking inheritable is trigger draw 1 then trash 1. Also not once per turn, which is pretty cool because the main combo of this deck involves, the main point of this deck is involved swinging twice with your Megas. But you just draw and then trash a rookie, and then boom, your combo's live. Nothing further to add here. And next up we have the best rookie that purple has access to, Totimon. On deletion, trigger draw 1. Seems good, really good floater, really cool. Bringing this guy back out with MetalGarurumon and just popping him and then just drawing an extra card. This is very fun, being able to abuse this card and just draw extra cards for free. And also just because he floats, you can just like chunk your opponent's security and you really don't care because he's dying, but you're drawing a card. And our next rookie, we are playing for Gilmon. He's less good. I think I'd prefer Totimon in most situations, but he does come up quite often. The gaining of the memory, which is pretty cool. It lets you extend plays and stuff like that. And also, like, if you get ultimate flared, if these guys are out in the field or if they're at the bottom of a stack that gets flared, you gain an extra memory from that, which is pretty cool. And a lot of times, like, you'll get maxed out in situations like that. But yeah, good card. We are playing 4 just because he's just as abusable as Totimon is with the main combo. And for our last rookie, which it is a one of, but it's only a one of because I wanted to bump the rookie count up to 13 to see rookies more often. And I did not want to cut any of my rookies down from 4. So he's a one of just because I want to play 13 rookies. Labramon. He's the best one for this deck, in my opinion, that I'm not already playing. On play, trigger, draw 1, trash 1. Obviously, you do not get his effect with MetalGarurumon or any way that we have recurring rookies in this deck, but that's not why we're playing him. We're playing him just as a 13th rookie to fill space, and also if you draw him, you can just hard play him to filter your deck, which is pretty cool. That is it. We are playing 13 rookies. On to our champs. We are playing 4 Black Grouman. This is the best champion in the deck. His inheritable is your turn once per turn. One of the other Digimon is deleted. The Digimon gains security attack +1. Very cool. So it means your main wombo, you're checking 2 security, and you're checking it twice. So you check 4 security from the main combo, which is pretty sick. Love seeing this card early to be at the bottom of one of your big stacks. And our next champion, for Devimon Blocker. I do not like 5000 DP blockers in this format, but he's cool because he lets you turbo into your big stuff. We don't have any cheap ultimates in this deck, so playing a cheap champion kind of mitigates that a little bit as far as trying to turbo into your big stack. But he is not safe on the board against a lot of decks in the meta, so don't think he is. And our last champion, we are playing 2 Vilemon. These are the good blockers you want to have in this format. They survive most things. Nidhogg, Nightmon Pikmon combo. What else? Shoutmon. But these guys are good, and hard playing them doesn't completely suck because they're only 5 to hard play. But yeah, and that is it for our champions. We are playing 10. On to our ultimates. We are playing 4 Blackboard Groumon. Best ultimate in the deck. His effect is main, Digiburst 3, and then you may play 1 purple Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost, and you don't play effects on activate, yada yada yada. So this is really cool if you have a couple of your other megas in your hand, and you don't have a way of getting a rookie on the field without like having to play one from your hand. So this guy will dump cards in your trash and then put a rookie out onto the fields, and then we're playing him really for his inheritable, which is when attacking once per turn, you may delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend this Digimon. The main point of this deck is swinging twice with big dudes, so that's why we're playing this guy. And then our second ultimate, we are only playing 8, is Aggro. His inheritable is the exact same thing as Blackboard Groumon, so that's why we're playing him. All of our ultimates let our megas and bigger swing twice, and that is why we were playing them. He can come up occasionally, being slightly better than Blackboard Groumon because you can hard play this guy for 7 instead of 8, which feels a little bit better in some situations, although it still sucks playing hard playing ultimates, but very good card. And onto our megas. Obviously, we're running 4 MetalGarurumon. This is the main combo of the deck. Swinging twice with this guy and then playing dudes from your trash for free. So we're maxing out on this guy because he gives you fodder on your field for your Gallantmon and your Blackboard Groumon's inheritable effect to swing twice. And also his when attacking effect is not once per turn, which is also very cool for continuing to spam the board. But very good card. Love seeing this, obviously. And then our next mega, we are of course running 2 Chaos Gallantmons. His effect is when digivolving, you may delete one of your other Digimon or delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. And then your turn, once per turn, when one of your other Digimon is deleted, you may play 1 level 3 purple Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost, any on-play effects, yada yada yada. So he is good for controlling your opponent's board, as well as if you already have him on the field and you have if you have a rookie on the field already, he actually is a pseudo MetalGarurumon because you swing Pop the rookie with your inheritable, unsuspend, and then his effect triggers and you get to play that rookie again. So it's essentially the same thing, you just already have to have the rookie on the field for this to work. But very good at just controlling your opponent's board and things like that, and just popping blockers and stuff. And then we are running 2 Totimon. Totimon is very, very good for what he does. He helps us in the rookie rush matchup and just random things like that. So his effect is, when attacking, activate one of the effects below. If you have no other Digimon in play, activate all of the effects below instead. Also notice this is not once per turn. So if he's the only guy on the field, and you already have a rookie or something else to pop, what you can do is you can swing with him, trigger your inheritable to pop that other dude to unsuspend him, and then you can trigger his effects, and all 3 of his effects would go off in that situation, where you would gain 1 memory, gain plus 2000 DP for the turn, and delete up to 3 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon, which is pretty stupid. It pretty much, like, if you drop this against Rookie Rush, they lose. There's no way for them to come back from this once you start clearing their board, because they have to get guys on the board in order to spiral your guys. But very powerful card. He'll go to 13,000 by himself, and then Digimon will actually put him to 15,000. And then on the second swing, he actually goes to 17,000 due to his own effect, gaining 2 more. And then in that process, you gain 2 memory. And then if you have a Gilmon that you popped, you gain 3 memory just from swinging with him twice, which is pretty dumb. And that is it for our Megas. We are running 8. And on to our level 7s, which we are playing a few of. So we are playing Omnimon Zwart Defeat. This card is ignorant, and I do want to max it out because it increases the chances of it being in our security, which obviously makes it super dumb. Very powerful card. If your opponent checks this in security and they're not playing Hexablaumon, it pretty much seals the game for you if they can't deal with it. Very good. So for those of you that don't know, his effect is security. Play this card without battling, without paying its memory cost. And then when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Tamers. So you can pop Tamers in like a Shine Greymon matchup, All Force matchup. And you can just, if your opponent only has 1 memory setting Tamer out, you can pop that and choke them again, which is pretty cool. And his effect is, on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. So you can crash him into things and kill them if they're bigger than him. Or something you can do is your inheritable pops your Digimon. So like you can swing into security with this guy, and then swing with your other guy, and then pop him with your Garurumon or your Garurumon inheritable to unsuspend them, and then this guy goes off and deletes one of their things. Very versatile card, very stupid. I'm not sure why they printed this card, but very fun to abuse. And then I said I wanted to build a deck around this, and I think this is probably going to be the closest thing to building a deck around this, but we are playing this card. 2 Omnimon X Antibody. If you get this out on the field and your opponent doesn't see the removal they need to get rid of him, they lose. This card is obviously really stupid. I'll go ahead and just read the effect real quick for you guys. So he digivolves from a red level 6 or a blue level 6 by paying 6 memory, just like regular Omnimon. But he can also digivolve on top of any Omnimon for a memory cost of 3. So you can digivolve on top of your defeats, either if they're checked in security and play for free, or if you digivolve into your defeat, just for 3, which is pretty nice. And then his when attacking effect is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP. So by default, he's 15,000 DP. If you have a full stack underneath him and you have your Graumon or your Garurumon delete something else to let him unsuspend, he goes to 17,000 DP. And he can kill literally anything in the game. Like, the only thing that he might have difficulty with, which I say that but not really, is Lord Nightmon. Lord Nightmon can sometimes be huge like that, but odds are it's not going to be 17. It's not going to be more than 17,000 DP. And then on your opponent's turn, when your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may trash 2 of this Digimon's Digivolution cards in the attack. So he's essentially a blocker, and if you have a full stack underneath him, you can stop a bunch of attacks. And what's really cool about him in this deck is swinging with him twice. So you can check your opponent's security 2 times and delete 2 of their Digimon. And you can pretty much delete anything in the game. So like you can delete like their huge unsuspended megas that they're just trying to protect, and they can't do anything about it. This card is very stupid. He only loses to removal, but he only loses a certain removal as well. Like Kakaida's Breath will remove him. Absolute Blast if you only Digivolve on top of just a defeat that came under security. And then Gaia Force. And after that, it requires a lot of setup to remove him. Like a Valderarm with a couple of other things can remove him. But as far as DP reduction, it's going to be pretty hard to spiral this guy, because you have to have a pretty wide board to do it. And that is it for our level 7s. We are playing 6. And onto our Tamers. So our only Tamer in the deck is 3 Tai Kamiya and Matashita. They are start of your turn. Your opponent has a level 6 or higher in play. You gain 2 memory, and they stack. So if you have multiples of these out, you gain 2 memory for each one. And then your turn, all of your Digimon with Omnimon in their names gain security attack +1. So both of these guys get extra security checks whenever these guys are out. So imagine swinging with this guy with 1 or 2 of these out twice, checking security for a bunch and not dying to anything in their security, and also killing 2 of your opponent's Digimon. Pretty powerful effect. And same goes for this guy. If this guy just pops out for free and you have 1 or 2 of these in play, he's just swinging for extra security checks for no reason. And that is it. We are playing 3 Tamers. And onto our options, we are only playing 2 options. This is my opinion is probably the best option that Purple has access to as far as removal. 2 Hell's Gate. So I prefer this over Trump Sword for a couple of reasons. 1, it costs 1 less memory. And 2, you can't dodge this card. The only way to dodge this card is to not be level 6 or higher. Whereas Trump Sword, if they're suspended, you can't pop them with it, which I hate. But being able to just deal with any Mega in the game that is not Blitz Omnimon or Craniumon is pretty cool. I do enjoy playing this card and seeing it, and it's really fun when you check this in security, because it goes to your hand and then your opponent has to like just play around it the rest of the game. Very, very fun mind games I like to play with my opponents. It's a very good card. We love seeing this card. And that is it for the deck profile. I do recommend you guys try this out. We obviously have about 7 or 8 weeks left in this format now due to the BT6 being pushed back. So I recommend trying this out if you enjoy Purple and have the cards for this. It's very fun, and it's also very sacky at the same time, because obviously you can just sack your opponent and check like 1 or 2 defeats in your security, and it's pretty hard for you to lose there unless you're playing against like Hexablamon specifically. Highly recommend using this deck and giving it a shot. But let me know your comments or thoughts on this deck or any questions you may have in the comments below. But I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy some of this kind of content and want to come back for more. Until next time, see ya.